We are here in Recoleta. Here is the beautiful park in front of the cemetery. As you can see, here is the entrance to the Recoleta Cemetery. It's absolutely beautiful inside. You will see some tombs that are opened. People have gone in and taken the jewelry that they were buried with, but also just some very beautiful plots, very different than what we have back at home. And then, of course, the tomb for Evita Peron. So let's go in through the gates and see what we got. So we're in the gates of Recoleta, and we're going to be going through different corners. However, I wanted to show you guys how the tombs are here. So you can see the stairs that go straight down, and traditionally what they do is they bury, you know, the first person who passes away, but they buy a big enough plot so that they can continue to add their family members. So at the end, ideally the whole family would be buried under the same tomb. So you'll see that some of them have staircases. This one, you could see how it has been destroyed on the outside, but there are stairs and things that allow them to put up here. It looks like it's cremated family members in an altar inside. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not. But, well, let's start this walk. Here you can see, again, same concept, except that it's on the outside. The tombs were purchased for one whole family, and you can see that some of these caskets don't even have a door anymore. They've been opened, and the remains continue to be in there, but they no longer have doors. As the family members die off, then there's really nobody to take care of them at all. So the tombs are just as they are. Nobody comes to take care of them. Here is another altar that you can see that is open. And it looks like it has stairs that goes all the way down. And, you know, one can assume that the family members are buried there. Two caskets in this one. Leon Elizambaru and maybe his wife. I don't want to be too intrusive, but here is a whole family, as you can see when you pan through the names, that they all have the same last name. And you have some that are still very well taken care of, even with fresh flowers. So one can assume that their family members are still alive, but you can see that there's stairs that take you all the way down, and that's where the other members are of the family, or the spaces are for the rest of the family. So this is the Villanova family. And then this one here, you can't really see through it, but it does look like there is more than one casket as well. All these little, like, hallways, I guess you could call them, have different tombs. And the cemetery is known to have people of a lot of status. So it's not your common people that are buried here. It's people who have come from money, or they've been generals, presidents, that type of status in the world. This one here is brand new. It was not here before, and you can see that it appears that there's nothing inside, but it has been built for a family. The details on these tombs are just absolutely stunning. This whole section here is just for one family. Died in 1838, so this tomb has been here for quite some time. You can see it goes all the way down, and there's rows and rows and rows of this, so it's never ending. Now we are going to head down toward Evita Peron's. You can see in that one as well. You can see the caskets. This one's been completely boarded up. It's a little sad as well to know that some of these have been completely neglected or just nobody left to take care of them, because there are people resting in these. And once again, you can see just how elaborate some of these are. A lot of work and thought put into these. Very personalized. Here we are at one of the most popular stops here in Recoleta. It's Liliana Crociati. She was a daughter of an Italian hairdresser, painter, and poet, and she died in the worst way on one of the happiest days of her life. Her honeymoon in Innsbruck, Austrian Alps. In 1970, she was 26 years old. An avalanche devastated that part of the hotel, and that is where she died when she was suffocated in that avalanche. So the strange timing, the same day in Buenos Aires, her dog died as well. So people say that because of her death, the dog knew and sensed and also passed. So it is also known that if you rub the nose of the dog, it is known to bring you good luck. So some people say the story is true and some people say that it's not. However, it is a pretty cool piece to come and look at and admire. So come and take a look at it as well. We are now headed towards Sarmiento, who was a president here in Argentina, but is also very well known for having started all of the public school system in Argentina. So he is also in this area, and we'll point it out when we reach his tomb.
There's a national song about him.
There is also a national song about him. It's called Himno a Sarmiento, which you can Google and get the lyrics. But it talks a little bit about what he did in the song. So it's a little piece of history that is definitely worth it looking at. And as I stated before, he was a president here in Argentina and started the public school system. I recommend coming fairly early to Recoleta because it can get crowded. and then you feel kind of rushed and not being able to admire the beauty of it. But also everybody wants to come to see the Evita Peron plot, and sometimes this little walkway here is super packed and you can't even really get a good look. So we, luckily, is just us, the family, so you will be able to see it. A lot of people say that her body was stolen and that she really is not buried here, and others say that she really is, but her name was Evita Duarte, and this is where her family was. You can see here. And you can see the homenage, all the plaques for Evita Peron, and people still come daily and bring fresh flowers for her here. And there's a lot of mixed feelings about how people feel about Eva Peron, but however you feel, it's still definitely a place to come and whether pay respects or at least get to see the family plot. And some of these have more than one door, so they can enter through different sections. But here's another one that you can see has been rummaged through. And there are the caskets, but no windows anymore. They've been broken. So what they say is the people that were buried with jewelry and anything of value, that people would come in the night and break into the tombs just to steal the valuables from the person inside the casket. Not everyone can be broken into, clearly. Look at this one, is like a steel door, and there really is no way to get in. But you look at these. A lot of these have cremation boxes. So the family members were cremated, and that is the remains that are inside. And then you have a mixture like this one that has caskets and also the cremation boxes on top. Take a moment to point out the sky just one more time because it is absolutely beautiful. Breathtaking, actually. So here is just a peephole where you can tell that someone's been in, but you can see just how deep this goes, and stairs that take you all the way down. I can't really see how far it goes, but that's the inside from the top. You can see the beautiful stained glass up there. And it really is just a shame that someone has come and destroyed this, but That gave you a little insight as to how big these really are. You can see the beautiful glass, the stained glass inside. You look at the detail. It's gorgeous. You can see the beautiful city of Recoleta outside the gates. Everything has peaks. First time I ever saw this cemetery was watching a HBO show called Epitafios, which is epitaphs. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. But one of the scenes was based inside this cemetery and probably in those buildings behind. Seems a little weird to be enjoying a cemetery, but the beauty of it is kind of takes you in and breathtaking. And to pay respect to those who are buried here. You can see all the family members that have been cremated here. There's about 12 and 2 caskets, but then you can see that it goes all the way down as well, and there's caskets down there, so this is definitely a whole family. Here we find ourselves in front of yet another ex-president of Argentina, President Roca. He served 2 terms here in different years. However, he is known for having helped expand, a conquistador of some sort, who expanded Mendoza down for Argentina, because Argentina is relatively huge, but everything below Mendoza is what he helped gain that land. So this is his tomb here. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any stray cats. Recoleta is known for having stray cats, and that's how they keep all of the rodents away. We are now headed down one of the walkways that has a plot with my family name. However, it is not my family, but nevertheless, it was kind of a cool thing to find. So traditionally we just come and we pay respect, because who knows, maybe we are related, maybe we're not. But still, to have found a plot with the family name was cool for the family to find. Here's another one, and actually this one here's been fixed up a little bit. Last time these were all open, but again, this is one big family one, and you can count that there's an endless amount of plots this way, but then there's also the inside and the down part, and here you can see one of the caskets. And we have arrived to the Ferrero family plot. Again, no relation to us, but nevertheless, we thought it was cool to find.
You don't know there's no relation.
Well, there might be relation, but none that I can actually confirm, and I don't want to be a liar. Did you guys find your family?
We don't know if they're our family or not.
Well, it may be our family. There's always one comedian in the family, and there it is.
And there you have it.
And there you have it.